Hello, Gulf Coast Baptist Church. We are the Pruetts, your missionaries to Peru, South America. I am Patrick.
I'm Teresa.
This is Isabel and Ezra.
This is Ezra, our new addition.
Isa is about 2.5 years old, and Ezra is almost 9 months old. Time flies so fast. When Pastor Allen sent us an email and asked us to give you guys a video update, we thought we'd give you a rundown of 2016 to let you guys know what happened in our ministry. It's a little bit late. The kids will be with us as long as they can be. The beginning of 2016, we started off working on getting some property to start our first school. Unfortunately, there were some legal issues with the property that we were offered, so that's been put on hold until we can get those situated. During the February time, obviously Teresa was pregnant, and we were working on finding a building for our first church. The Lord led us to an area called Barranco. I was filling some pulpits and preaching in the area, as well as teaching at a local school to try and fill some holes that they had while we were looking for a building. It took us about 4 or 5 months to actually find the building that we did, and before we found it, Ezra was born. Having a kid in a third world country was interesting, to say the least, but the Lord blessed, and it was such a blessing to be to have him here, and we want to say thank you for all the gifts that you guys sent to be to help us get through all of that. It really was a blessing for us. We found the building in Barranco, and we started getting everything ready to start the church. I think that was in May is when we started getting things ready. Once we were getting close to the launch date, which was supposed to be in September, the family that we rented the building from, which came highly recommended to us, they contacted us and told us that they were going to be selling the building at the end of our contract. We did not know they were going to be doing this, and we found out later that they actually had decided to sell the building before they rented it to us, but didn't want to go the whole year without having any income from the building, and so they let us rent it, knowing we were going to start a church and we would have to move it at the end of the year. And Pastor Allen asked us to let you guys know if we've been going through a season of trial or a season of blessing, and we've kind of been going through a bit of both. Once we figured that out before we started the church, we went through a time of prayer and counsel with our pastor and other missionaries that have worked here and in South America, and we almost didn't start the church knowing that we would have to move it not even a year after it was open. But we went ahead and started it, and it's amazing what the Lord did. He truly has blessed since we've been there. Our first month, we had a young lady come in. I think it was the second week we were there, and her name was Carla, and she was struggling with so many different things. And she accepted Christ that night and has been our most faithful member, and Teresa has been discipling her, and it's just been exciting to get her first Bible and her first devotionals and things like that, and that's been a blessing. The next month we had a young man accept Christ. We've had multiple people that have come and have been coming to the church that were just excited to have a church in their local community. Many of them were having to take a bus 45 minutes to an hour to get to church on Sundays. And it was just difficult for them, and so they were super excited to be able to have a church in the area. So we went ahead and started the church in September, and it's been a blessing ever since. December just came around, and we just had our first big Christmas event. The Peruvians love fruitcake. The 2-pound fruitcakes is what they buy here for Christmas for celebration. They come in the 2-pound form. They aren't super expensive, but it's a tradition for them to have that on Christmas night. And so what we did is we bought several hundred of them and decided to hand that out to people on the 21st of December. And they had a hard time accepting the fact that it was free, and we were going to charge them anything for it, but we were able to give them the gospel, send them away with a gospel tract, as well as an invitation to the church. And it was a beautiful opportunity to be to get the gospel out to hundreds of people in the community. It has been an exciting year. We're going to draw the video to a close. Before we do that, we have to make sure that we say thank you so much for all that you have done for us. From your prayers and financial support and the gifts you gave us to help us with Ezra's birth, we truly cannot say thank you enough. Sometimes it feels like every day is a struggle here, and we truly can feel your prayers. I know sometimes it feels like, oh, we're praying for these guys. does it make a difference? And it truly does, and we cannot say thank you enough for all that you have done for us throughout the 2 years that we've been here. We look forward to several more years here serving the Lord for you guys, and please feel free to contact us We have a stateside phone number that reaches us here, and we have an email and Facebook for our ministry. And so please feel free to contact us. We'd love to talk to you guys and to hear from you. Feel free to send letters. It may take months for it to get here, but we love them when we get them. So thank you so much for everything that you have done for us. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to send them our way. Again, thank you so much.
Thank
Good night.
you.
Bye.